What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Foodie show. Again, Dude Network is powered by Garage Beer. Glad y'all could be here with us. Welcome to another Sunday, buddy.
Way, man. What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Yeah, man. How you?
Good. Welcome, everybody, to another Foodie show. Sunday installment here on the Dude Network.
That's right. Hey, don't forget to thumbs up these things, guys.
Right. That's what helps a lot.
Guys, gals, people in the chats.
That little blue button or the little thumb button, make it blue or however it works. Fill it in.
Yep.
Fill it in.
As Robert Ray says, if you don't thumbs up and like this thing, you're a loser.
That has been said.
A few times.
Right. Don't be a loser. Like the show.
That's right.
How the heck are you, dude?
Good, man. Good. That's hey, watching some football and cooking today. That's about it.
No, man.
Yeah, I actually forgot I was cooking pork steaks, and they went on at 4:00 this afternoon. So they went hot and fast today. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh. They still was good though. They still was good.
Yeah.
They still was good.
You forgot you had to do them, huh?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I forgot I had to do these today.
I was worthless today. I didn't do crap. Yeah. Well, I started. I have some meat marinated into jerky. Okay. And then I did make a Kima pasta dish. That's what she wanted for dinner.
Nice.
But yeah, I was supposed to smoke like 6 things of bacon. Yeah, I did nothing.
Yeah, that did not happen today.
Nope, sure did not.
Well, I guess that'll happen this week then.
Yeah, I'll put them on tomorrow or something.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, it happens sometimes.
Right.
Especially when you got a day and you know you can just really chill. And whenever time just slips away.
I stayed up a little late last night, so later than normal.
Well, yeah, I did. I sing a little something.
Oh no!
Oh no!
We're not playing that though.
No, I didn't. I did not pull it in. I did not.
Okay, we're not.
No, sir.
And hey, moving on. We're not just a duo tonight, everybody. We are a trio. Let's bring in the dude himself, the $10 meal deal master, the bourbon review king, Tony Lane.
There he is.
The poor people's champ.
The prince of the poors, back again.
We're back, baby. We're back on top of the throne, too. We are.
Right.
We had ourselves a weekend. Yeah. Welcome to all the new followers if you're here. Welcome.
Right.
Welcome.
Hey, how you doing, dude? How's your weekend? I'm obviously, besides getting the throne back.
Yeah, I mean, I worked really hard last week, probably traveled over 1,000 miles on the road. So it was really hard for me to get going. But I was able to recoup and still get some things accomplished. And
there you go.
It's kind of laid low, man. Just got my bearings. I wanted to be more productive than what I was. But when I look back at the day, I was like, still got things done. So we're in better shape than where we were at the start of it. So I'll take it.
Yeah, bet.
That's
positive. Right there.
Yeah, made sometimes I base the day on the food, and we had good food, but not the best of food, but not the best recipes I've ever busted out, but still edible plus.
There you go.
Plus. Edible plus, dude. That's the new official rating system.
There you go.
Edible plus, and we'll come up with the rest. That's going to be the Foodie show rating
system. Edible plus, yeah. The quinoa was interesting. I would not buy more quinoa.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of quinoa either.
It wasn't terrible. I'm not going to lie to you. But if I want to have to eat a grain, I'm going to go with rice all the time.
Right.
You can get it. And they even make those wild rice boiling bags now. Yeah. And those are really good.
Yeah, quinoa is very, very, you got to want it. You got to want it.
It's gritty. It reminds me of what's that crap that Kim always eats for breakfast?
Oatmeal?
Grits. Dude. Yeah, I know, Damon. It's gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
I'm not big grits. I'm not big grits guy either, John Z.
It's like wet sand, man. I can't do it, dude. I cannot do it.
Blasphemy. Damon's gone.
Wow.
I know, dude. I know that one's below the belt, dude. I know.
Excuse myself from this group right here.
Yep. He's like, let me lean back to my 8,000 trophies back here.
Can't do it, man. And
And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Here it is.
Yeah, never mind. Let's go.
I will say I've had some killer. Now, if there's like cheese grits, like shrimp and cheese grits, like I do like those.
There's a difference between your instant grits and grits you have to cook for about an hour. So we'll leave it at that and let it go.
Yeah. Now I would like I would let you make me your best. Yeah. I would let you make me your best grits, and I would try it, hoping to God I liked it.
Yeah. I would do that for you, Damon. 100%.
No, I would do it. Yeah, not
because
for you, Tony. If you liked it, I would.
I want to like it.
Stone ground grits, basically stone ground grits, and
I thought you said underground grits.
No, stone ground grits. And you cook them with heavy cream and everything like that instead of like water, and it takes 45 minutes to an hour for them to get right.
Yeah, that's like the crab that Kim does. She puts milk and stuff in there. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk after.
You're gonna learn today, John Z.
Yeah, you're gonna learn today, buddy.
Oh man. Well, we're not here to talk just about grits and us.
Heck no.
This guy probably knows some stuff about grits.
He probably does.
Probably have a new seasoning out. Grits.
He's actually been around with the Dude Network for a long time. This is a new rebirth deal. We're really pushing the small business stuff and love that. Look, dude, folks, there's 30 blends and it's stuff from all over the place. You would not believe no other seasoning companies I know about are making seasonings like this. It's mind blowing. Like, Tony, I think you've got to try some of the more interesting ones. I kind of went with the ones I figured I'd like.
Well, fun fact, Troubadour was like the first partner of, wasn't even the Dude Network. It was of At Night Train Lane, I think, at the time.
Okay.
And, was it that far back?
Yeah, it's been a minute. I wouldn't even think I was at 1,000 followers when I first got in with Troubadour. But no, it's, I've got to try a lot of them. There's some that have been around for, like, one of the ones you like, they've been around for a long time. I mean, I've known them for 3+ years. And, the Sizzling Yardbird, the Chicago Steak Rub. Two of my favorites, Applewood Pork and Poultry, the Sweet and Smoky.
Oof, yeah,
they're a couple OGs, so... Yeah, all kind, and then there's been some of the newer stuff like the shawarma, the blackening,
right.
the vindaloo curry, all kinds of cool new stuff, and really fun. I like that it's a versatile lineup. You can go traditional barbecue, or you could, season up some white rice with some butter and like some curry. You can have curry rice like real quick and easy without buying the expensive curry paste. So really fun stuff, and also Pete's a really good dude too.
Right. Absolutely. And hey, you know what? Let's get him in here.
Let's just meet him. Why don't we just
that's the thing. We talk about these cool seasonings, but we also bring the face to the shaker.
That's right. Shake it
Does
up.
That work? Here we go. We're shaking it up with Pete tonight, fellas.
Hey, it's Pete.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Pete.
How the heck are you, dude?
Pete. Welcome to the Dude Network.
I'm well. How are y'all?
Fantastic.
Good, man. Good. Appreciate you coming, man.
Yeah, heck yeah. So I guess first off, let's kick it off with how did you end up in the spice game?
By accident, actually. Totally by accident. Yeah, it's after I left the military, I went to business school for a while, then, worked in the civilian world. And over time, I just thought to myself, I need a kind of a side business or something, but nothing really ever manifested or anything. But one day I just was going through a bunch of cookbooks like I do, because I like to cook and been doing that since I was, young, been basically since I was a teenager or maybe even younger. But anyways, I came across a beef jerky recipe, oddly enough. And I thought to myself, I like beef jerky and I own a dehydrator. Why am I not doing this? So I started, started doing it, and came up with a whole bunch of recipes and passed it out to the jerky out to friends, family, coworkers. And over time, people were like, you should sell this. I'm like, yeah, all right, maybe I should. Well, I remember being on lunch break, and it took about 5 minutes on my cell phone to find out that, in the state of New Hampshire, you can't make homemade beef jerky and sell it at, say, a farmer's market. It's just not allowed. So I was like, wah, wah, wah. And so I thought to myself, I was like, that's game over right there. But then I thought to myself, what can you do? And it turns out you can do like dried bread mixes, coffee, and spices. And so I don't drink coffee anymore. I don't bake, but I'm like, spices? All right, this I think I can do. So I pretty much sat down, just studying spices and herbs, what goes with what, how do you make a taco seasoning, and just started taking notes and buying spices and slinging and taking more notes and taste testing. And over time, it's just like a mad scientist thing. And
right, hell yeah.
Started passing them out to friends, family, and coworkers again. And people said, you should start selling this. And I said, that's a good idea. I think I can do that this time. And then, as we all know, in 2020, early 2020, COVID hit. Right. So I found myself out of a job, but as one door closes, another one opens. And that's 2020. I set up Troubadour Spice Blends that did the paperwork for it, and here I am.
Oh yeah. Was because you do it all in-house yourself, right? Still?
Correct.
Was that a hard process to get your place approved for that? Like, because I know like different food trucks and there's all these different rules all over the place. So I'm just wondering what it took for that.
In the state of New Hampshire, I actually don't need a license to do what I do, but because I sell on the internet, I have to get an inspection and all that kind of stuff. So there are people in the state that actually do what I do, and they sell, at mom and pop craft stores and stuff like that. But I wanted to do e-commerce, so I scheduled scheduled the appointment, did the paperwork, all that kind of stuff, and you get inspected. They come and check you out and stuff like that. And because spices don't require any refrigeration or anything like that, it's pretty easy to do. I know not all states allow that, but New Hampshire does.
Right,
you are right, sir.
Yeah, every state's different. That is for certain. Ain't that right, Damon?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, South Carolina.
Hey, he called it out. I didn't say nothing.
Hey, I'll call it out like it is.
Yeah, that's funny.
What do you got, Tony?
Well, I got a good one here for Pete. A little bit of a softball, slow pitch format question here. With all your years in the Air Force, with what you did, how important and critical with the attention to detail has that converted over to spice and seasoning blend making?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, trying to flex. But.
Well, I like that question though, because it's just thinking back on my time in the military. Well, just because Tony knows, but you guys don't. I was in the Air Force, and I was an aircraft loadmaster, and that involves weight and balance of the airplane, supervising the loading and unloading of passengers and cargo. So the airplane has to fly as if it's empty, even when it's loaded. So you have to make sure everything is restrained properly, loaded properly, and everything gets there safely. It was a glorified UPS type of job, but it's a lot of attention to detail, a lot of paperwork, a lot of
little more important cargo.
Yeah. I mean, but truth be told, I hauled everything from, say, pallets of toilet paper to tanks, trucks, bombs, teddy bears and household goods. So it just depended on a lot of different stuff.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You ever have to balance a tank and toilet paper on the same load? Because I feel like that's a skill set,
Typically, you're only going to fit a couple of tanks on the same plane. So everything, you won't have anything else besides that. But, we did Black Hawk helicopters and, just stuff like that. Just all kinds of crazy stuff.
What's the craziest thing you ever loaded that you can talk about without getting pew-pewed by,
no.
Or I'm sorry, accidentally fall tomorrow.
all of a sudden I just disappear.
Yeah. Here lies Pete. He made seasonings. Nothing else.
Said too much already, Tony.
Yeah, we've already said here lies Pete.
No. One of the largest things, type of things we loaded. We did like space parts and stuff like that.
Cool.
For NASA. I couldn't even tell you what some of it is just because I don't even know. It's just all kinds of guys standing around with laser levels and stuff like this. But one of the biggest pieces of cargo I remember loading was a Mark V Navy SEAL boat, one of those really badass combat looking boats.
Dude, that's cool.
Sick, dude.
I think
I
think it was designed to fit specifically on the C5, which was the plane that I was on, and that's the largest cargo jet that the military has. They're still in existence. I think they're down to about 50 or so. There were about 150, I think.
Wow.
So yeah, so that was one of the largest pieces of cargo. But it's, back to the attention to detail thing. That whole job is about attention to detail. And then so when I left the military and went to business school, now it's just a different set. It's a different set of details, if you will.
Right. Yeah.
And after business school, I worked in logistics, booking truckloads of freight, stuff like that. Basically, selling squares on a 53-foot van, pallet squares kind of thing.
Yep.
I wasn't physically there with the cargo, but I was on the phone and doing email and scheduling stuff. Whereas in the Air Force, I was physically there flying along with the plane.
Right.
I also did some production work, making widgets. I was an inventory manager at an auction house. So between inventory, logistics, and production, military experience, business school, it kind of all just perfect storm, And so with doing spices like you're asking, Tony, it's very much like, by the numbers as far as the procedure goes, but the art, I don't know where it comes from. I just sit down and just start doing and trying and keep doing and trying. And I throw away some stuff. I mean, I keep all the notes, but I'm like, that's no good. These are good. Let's go with that. And so it's just, it's a process, but it's part science, part art. So,
right. Absolutely.
Definitely art. Definitely
right.
art.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I had people at this Matanza thing I go to. Gotcha, boys. I had some wild duck breasts.
He's one of us. Yeah, we drink every time he says Matanza.
I don't know why they started it. I don't even say it that much, so whatever, guys. Yeah. But I had all these duck breasts I brought for everybody from these wild hunted ducks, and everybody was freaking out about them. And I'm like, dude, you guys need to trust me; they're going to be good. And I used your Montreal poultry seasoning, which I am such a fan of that seasoning. It's ridiculous. And there was only one person who didn't try it. Everybody else was like, dude, that was so good. I've never had any meat like that before.
Awesome.
Got him.
That's awesome.
Hey, there you go.
I'm going to brag a little bit because I even did make a sale at the Matanza.
What?
Oh, wait, what? Oh,
God, dang it.
Yeah, Damon, come on. What are you doing, buddy?
Come on, Damon. Drink your water.
That one was on purpose.
Yeah, that was
actually
just general statement.
Just sold a bunch of Montreal poultry today, too.
That's probably the one.
It's catching on, man. It's catching on.
It's good.
It is good. It is good. You can never. I will say there's an art form to a good chicken seasoning, guys.
Right.
And like, if it's a good like herbal blend, you should be able just to layer that stuff on there and it still be delicious.
So yeah, I put it on there, let it soak in there for a while, put some on again, and mix it, put it in the pan, and then I sprinkled a little bit on when I pulled them off and cut them. Like I couldn't.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be too salty. It's not going to be too. I mean, if you open the thing and don't be stupid about it. But
I use salt when I make my blends, but I do not like the flavor of a lot of salt. So every blend gets salt because when I started doing spice blending, I would always ask myself, does this need something? Do I need to get rid of something? And if I ever got to the point where it's like, what does this need? It was always, I need a little bit of salt, just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. And as far as your preparation technique, that's pretty much what I do. You can take your meat, put it in a Ziploc, put it in a dish,
right?
Coat it with the seasonings. I like to let it sit overnight. Some people do a couple hours. I do it overnight, and I find that when I let it sit overnight, most of the time it's just with my seasonings, and then I bake it in the oven. It forms almost a crust. You don't need any breading or anything like that. And then, as you said, you can. I call it redusting. So after you're done cooking, hit it with a little more. Whatever you want. Sky's the limit. You want to use a little. You want to use a lot. Whatever. Doesn't whatever you want to do. But you have to be. You have to be cognizant of the fact: are you frying it? Are you grilling it? Or, how are you going to cook it? What kind of a pan are you using? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I will say one thing that friend of show and fellow dudette Tina Cannon taught me on the herbal stuff is putting it on something piping hot, like brings extra aroma and activates, and it's called flowering your herbal seasoning there.
Yeah, like you toast
Yeah.
your seasoning before a little bit in a pan all the time, all the time.
Yeah, I haven't done that, but that's a nice trick too.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Uh,
It just
but yeah,
releases the oils from stuff. So
yeah, the flowering, yeah, just the heat or the steam or just whatever, activates it if anything. So yeah, when you have them like herbal flavors like that, you put it on that freshly cut up juicy chicken breast, and you put a little bit of that on there. Oh,
But
chef's kiss, man, that stuff's the bomb. But,
see the funny funny thing. The thing I like about it is how you can see all the different spices. It's not just ground up powder per se,
Sure.
or granules or whatever. It's like full spices. Like sometimes I actually have to take the thing off to get all the pieces out when it starts getting down towards the bottom.
Yep. I'm glad you brought that up, Johnsy, because I get the question a lot about the 4-ounce jars, because I know the holes and the sprinkle holes are not large enough. So what I like to do, because I've searched around, and the best deal I can find in that size jar is the ones I'm offering.
Right.
When you go up to the 8-ounce jar, it has bigger sprinkle holes, and I'm going to start offering the 16-ounce jars, the big sprinkle holes, like it's about the size of a Parmesan cheese shaker can.
Yes, love it.
Well, what I do is I just unscrew the cap. I do whatever I saw, people on the Food Network, either put it in my hand and sprinkle it like that, or, I open up the wide mouth part of the 8-ounce jar, just kind of dust it like that. But yeah, my spice blends are typically pretty robust. The grains of salt and pepper and the herbs, it's not really necessarily a fine grind. It's more of a coarse grind,
like a rough
grind.
chop or something. Yeah.
It just depends on the blend. Some of them are more powder like. Some of them have a lot of different other ingredients in them. But yeah, that's where you're talking about makes sense.
And folks, don't think in your head like Montreal steak seasoning from that one company than the big shakers. It's don't get confused. Don't think it's going to be like that. It's not. It's way better.
I feel like it's also totally different.
People will get hung up. People will get hung up on names sometimes. So I just wanted to clear the air on that.
I don't know, though. I was always a fan of the Montreal steak seasoning. I always thought that was really a solid one back in the day when we didn't know much about seasonings. Like Montreal steak was always.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying anything like that.
No, it was always in the pantry. It was that one when you guys were growing up on that was.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's probably,
there wasn't many blends. There weren't a whole lot of blends. It was like Lawry's, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, and then Montreal steak.
Right.
Or wait, I will say we always had lemon pepper. I thought lemon pepper was like a standalone spice. I thought only one company made it. I was like, lemon pepper. Yeah. Lemon pepper was my first true love in the seasoning world, man.
Just FYI, Tony, I might have something like that coming out soon. I'm just saying.
Oh boy.
Shoot. Hey, Pete, I tell you, I'll probably use it.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think it's got some shrimp scampi already.
There you go.
I did some what I make tonight. My Hawaiian pulled pork. I put it on. It's on Instagram, and I just got it uploaded to the site, so there's pictures and a recipe. But I did that tonight with my Aloha seasoning. Just a pulled pork with my Aloha seasoning and chicken broth, and then served it up with some rice and some pineapple and all that good stuff. Pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Recipe and pictures on the site.
That's funny.
What you got, Damon?
Yeah.
Hey, so I just want to know, of all your years in the service, all your travels, did any of it bring a certain flavor profile to your seasonings? Meaning you was at this country and it brought this flavor profile?
I can't really cite any specific country as far as a flavor profile, but having, started cooking from yay high to a grasshopper all the way up to I'm 48 this year, traveling the world, tasting different dishes and being exposed to different spices. I don't know. I guess it all just kind of sets in the back of your mind at some point and just start cooking and slinging spices. And it's almost like I'm a musician too. That's part of where the name comes from, Troubadour Spice Blends.
Right.
So it's kind of like
a young troubadour.
Here we go.
sing it, Tony, sing it.
Here we go again.
But it's kind of like being a musician. Your influences, I guess. So different musicians have influenced me and my singing and playing guitar, and just traveling and tasting food. That it was the same kind of process, I guess. But there isn't any one country that I can think of that necessarily influenced me. But I enjoyed going to Spain. Had some great steaks and seafood there. I had some great steaks in Germany. I had some schnitzel. Walking downtown in Germany, you're eating I guess I'm calling it shawarma, but over there they call it doner kebab. I believe it's DONER, doner kebab. It's like a doner kebab, a shawarma, and a gyro, the Greek version. They're all pretty much the same. That kind of shaved meat in a pita pocket thing.
Yeah,
different flavors, but yeah,
spackle or spatzel is another. That's the German one I always like too.
Yeah, but it's
you can have some bad. It's pretty basic, but a good basic one is delicious.
Yeah, and I traveled through Asia, so I've had some stir fry, vegetables, rice, meat, that type of stuff. So I just picked up a lot of different influences in a lot of different places.
Right.
Is there a country you were ever in that was like, this food sucks ass?
English food isn't terrible, but at the same time, it's really not that good.
I had a feeling, bro.
I've heard a lot of people complain about the food in England.
It just seems like plain and boring and uncreative.
It's very, very plain and boring. And
no offense to any of our European friends, but
I'm part English, part Irish, part Scottish. So it doesn't offend me. But yeah, I had something like steak and ale pie, which is kind of like a fancy version of a pot pie or something. It was okay, but would I order it again? Probably not, unless I was stuck in England and there's nothing else to eat.
Their fish and chips their traditional fish and chips are good.
Fish and chips. I can go with that. I'd
probably just.
They take that. That's to an art form. I remember Chef Dave on TikTok taught me traditional. Dude, it was like so many proper steps of.
Right.
He was like, you don't drop the fish unless the oil is a certain temp, and then you pull it, and then you let it heat back up to a certain temp before you re-add it. Triple fry, triple deep fried the chips, man, which are just squared off potatoes. There's not even. Yeah,
that does sound delicious.
It was.
That sounds.
Well, and that was the thing. They don't make tartar sauce; it's a caper sauce. So, even that was delicious. It was like tartar sauce, but so much better. No relish. Use capers.
Interesting.
But yeah, it was really good. It was yeah, Johnsy.
What else you got?
All kinds of stuff, Pete.
What's the season you're most proud of? There's got to be one.
Ooh,
that's like picking a favorite child, bro.
I know, but there's got to be
one. But he's got 30 children, and one's most favorite.
Well, there's some that you worked harder to get right, and there's ones that you're like, oh, I nailed this, and so there's one that just sticks out. It has to, or a few maybe.
Yeah, there probably are a few, and you're right. It's like picking your children, right? I get asked this type of question quite often, and well, let me think. Pig dust. I use it on everything, and that's not how I designed it. It's not. I was thinking about pigs, pork, stuff like that, and over time, it's just become an all-purpose kind of thing. So if I'm making a steak with steakhouse burger, it's getting some pig dust. If I'm making something Cajun, it's getting some pig dust as well. So that's one of the ones. I really like, as far as crowning achievement kind of thing, West Coast blend. I kind of like that one. It's just my tribute to my time in California.
It's a good one.
Glad you like
I would say, because
it's a good one.
I've heard that's the one that even the Doobster Doobie, he always raved and ran.
Yep. And then my Applewood pork and poultry. It's not. I could say it's an interesting story. I originally started out, I was calling it a pork chop blend, and it just kind of reminded me of the baking spices and garlic. And so I tasted it, and it just kind of reminded me of pork chops and applesauce, because I put in cinnamon and nutmeg and stuff like that. Well, I happened to be doing some inventory, surfing around, just looking for spices, and I came across some Applewood smoked salt. And I thought, I haven't seen this before. And so I got some of that, and I started messing around with my pork chop blend, and Well, what you have today is now the new Applewood pork and poultry. And so I put like some maple sugar in there and some that smoked salt, and used my previous recipe. And it took quite a few versions to get it right, but I finally settled on something that I really like. And then say a blend like Vindaloo curry. I don't think it's really that popular, but I like it. It has ghost chili in it. I like Indian food, so I wanted to go with something spicy. And as far as an achievement goes on that, I think it might have taken me about 9 times, like 9 versions of that to actually get it where it is today. And it doesn't always happen. I have recipes that have taken me 9, 10 times, and I'm like, I just don't think this is going anywhere. So it either tastes like something I've already done, or it's just not going in the direction that I want. So I save it so that I remember what I did.
Right.
But I shelve that and I go on to something else that I'm currently working on and trying to get to where I need it to be.
Speaking of seasonings, we are doing a giveaway tonight. We don't want to get too deep in the show. And
thank you. Yes,
I was waiting on it. I was waiting.
I was like, people are over like, are we doing a giveaway? Or yes, we are doing a giveaway.
Right.
The last giveaway should be. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying the last giveaway I believe is delivering tomorrow.
Yes.
There you go.
Nice.
Yes, and then we're waiting to get the guy was in here, Mike McManus. Waiting on him to get. We have to get his flavors. We'll get his out from last week as well. But yeah, let's tonight we need a hashtag is normally how we do it. Pete, you're the guest. So for a variety pack, 5-pack of 4-ounce shakers, so you can try 1/6 of the lineup at Troubadour Spice Blends and get a little taste. What is going to be our winning hashtag for tonight?
Do I just tell it to you?
Yeah. Mike, we haven't got a hold of you yet, but I was. So yes, you were the winner on Friday. Congrats.
Make it hashtag George Strait.
Ooh.
Again,
George Strait.
I love it.
Oh, was that last week's? I didn't notice.
No, Blake Williams. It was funny. Like a couple weeks ago, we were like, pick something. And he's like, Troubadour. We were giving away Troubadour, and he goes, hashtag George Strait.
I mean, I can do something more. I can come up with something more creative if you need.
We'll put rocks at the end of it. George Strait rocks.
No, how about this one? We'll change it up. We'll go with New Hampshire on this. Live free or die. It's the state motto.
Live free or die. I think we'll get some. We'll probably get
There'll be some fans of that in the chat. Know that.
It's on the license plate.
See how many we can get here.
Just like that, folks. Just like that. Follow that.
Live
beautiful
free or die. Sorry.
There you go. It's on the license plates. Come on.
Right.
Oh, I can get behind that.
Here they come.
Here we go. Too much is like I'm still going George Strait.
Well, let's play we have a video for this. All right.
Yeah.
We got a clip for this giveaway, or at least, Damon's got something in the background here.
No, that's the website there.
Let's take a look at it.
Let's pull that up. Let's pull it up.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that. Look at that. That's what I love to see.
That's a Jamaican jerk, which is also.
There's your Korean barbecue here.
Which is my favorite. I mean, everyone knows. I mean, I
currently have pork marinating in it as we speak.
Yeah, I got an 8-ounce shaker, and I have about 1 ounce left. Yeah,
that stuff right there, folks.
That's your Applewood pork and poultry.
Good.
Yeah, that stuff's really good. It's
really
got the pepper flakes in it, but it's super sweet on the front side.
Show that next one right next to it.
The Montreal.
That's become one of my new favorites right
there
here.
You go.
Yeah, I mean that's good stuff right there.
Let's see what we got next.
Pete, I mean, you have 30 blends. Do you have like a number of how many you want to ultimately have?
Not really, but I know it's going to be more than 30, and probably I don't know, probably less than 50. I mean, I have plenty of stuff that has been developed. It's just I was telling you about it before, Tony. It just takes a while to, be able to get stuff on the site and print out the jar labels and just do all the paperwork. And so it's a process. But I mean, if I wanted to load up everything on the site today, we're probably pushing 40 some at least. So
wow,
nice.
That's awesome.
Just don't stop. I just I can't
Well,
I can't stop.
Well, don't. Please don't.
It's good though. I
Don't.
mean, not everybody can do it, and luckily with you having like the residential kitchen, like you have an advantage from other companies in other states that have to use co-packers to sell because that you have to buy mass amounts. With you can buy 5 total pounds worth of stuff and make a seasoning and have 20 bottles at a time, and you're like, all right, when I run out I can make more. So you're in a spot where you get to just have as many as you freaking want, and as long as you got space on in your cabinet or on your shelf for the ingredients, which at this point you probably got most of them.
Right.
You can sit there and just play mad scientist, man. So yeah, I think it's cool, and the world of food is always evolving. Like, we're seeing new trends all the time. New recipes, and yeah, and and he makes a good point there, texture, because it's small
Right.
batch. It's not a bunch of like coarse bulk seasonings like Pete here, and I've noticed that the pricing is different. Now, is that safe to say that if it's a higher price point, then that just means that it has more pricey ingredients in it?
Yeah, that's correct. Something like pig dust, not a lot of expensive ingredients. Something like an applewood. I mean, when you start putting maple sugar and smoked applewood salt, you have to charge a little bit more. So I've come up with my pricing from $7, $8, or $9 for the 4-ounce jar. But say, let's go back to pig dust. If you get an 8-ounce jar, which it's twice as much, obviously, I'm charging $10 for that rather than say 2 4-ounce jars would be 14. So as you go up in size, and you're going to see this with the 16-ounce jars as well, you're getting a discount as you go up. And then, somebody wants a 5-pound jug of something, they can, contact me and we'll work out a price, and I can do that too. But I just start with the 4-ounce jar. To me, that's the standard size, and then 8 and 16. I think some other companies sell in 6-ounce jars as their smaller one. Just depends where they get their jars from and how they did their recipes and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the pricing it's reflected in the types of ingredients that are in each blend.
It has to. You can't.
Yeah, I've seen some companies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if it's a seasoning you like, there's not a big difference between 4 and 8 ounces. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it gets cheaper as you go up. So
yeah, I'll just start buying the Montreal poultry in the 16. Know that.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. You can make that happen. Sure.
Right.
Want to say that? I'm trying to think. I don't have it online yet, but for the 16-ounce size, if it was originally $7 for a 4-ounce, it goes $7, $10, and then the 16, I believe, would be $18. So I think that's that's 4 jars worth for $18 rather than $28.
Right. I love it. I'm all about ingredients and where stuff comes from. That's a big movement in my life right now.
Yep.
For a few years, fermenting stuff, like taking my health back. And when I can look in there and go, oh, I can see what all this is. This is real stuff. To me, I mean, I'd probably pay a little bit more for it, because I know it's healthy, homemade ingredients, right? Not some. I know I'm not speaking out. I know there's really good co-packers out there. There's a lot of really good stuff out there, but that's all I'm into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
love supporting that too also. So
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I mean, I'm sourcing, non-GMO, a lot of organic ingredients. Yeah. None of my stuff is certified organic yet. It takes time and money, and there has to be a customer base that wants that. Mm-hmm. But I'm always sourcing non-GMO, organic ingredients. I don't put any preservatives in. I don't use any anti-caking agents, no MSG, none of that stuff. So my spices, as I tell people, they do stick. It's okay. That means they're clean.
We're huge fans of clumps.
If I get something that's not clumpy, like, I'm like, this is suspect. This is
maple sugar clumps, paprika and cumin clump. Just hot pepper flakes clump. It's okay. Just give them a shake. It's all good. If you need to, a little butter knife, shake them into a bowl, crush them back up. You'll be fine. It's all good. That lets you know that that's the cleanest stuff you're gonna find. So.
Yeah, if you just squeeze a little bit, it breaks right back up. It's all good.
Sure it does. Yeah, but a lot of people are concerned about that, and then stuff like I get the question all the time about gluten. I'm not certified gluten-free, but spices in general are considered gluten-free, and I don't put anything in them like fillers. So I didn't take it to a lab and have it certified. I guess by law, I could technically put on my jar gluten-free. But if for some reason in the manufacturing process where I buy stuff from, dust is blowing around in the same factory, it could, end up in various different products. And so you don't want to be in the situation where you're considering your spice blends gluten-free, but you didn't test them first to make sure that they absolutely are before you claim they are.
Right,
that kind of thing.
right.
Yeah, the glutard community is real serious about that stuff, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, I get asked about sugar. I get asked about salt. Sugar's not considered an allergen. Salt's not considered an allergen. It's basically what wheat, soy, nuts, and dairy. Those are the allergens that I have to declare. And so the only blend that I have that has any kind of gluten in it is the Korean barbecue, but that's because I use soy sauce powder, and it technically has just a scant bit of wheat in it, I guess, to make the powder.
Right.
But that's it. It's declared in the jar. I have to declare it, but that's
no wonder I like it so much.
Right.
Put extra gluten in it for you, Tony.
Yeah, I love I want all the glutes.
And speaking of which, I just poured your jars, the sample jars that we were talking about. The Korean barbecue's in there. It'll be out this week. I'll be sending them to you this week.
Oh, dude, I tell you, those Asian ribs I make. Ooh,
yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited.
That's right. You're doing some Korean barbecue too, right, Johnsy?
Yeah, my dad for his church served a mission in Korea, so I grew up with him making bulgogi and stuff. And I've been to some really good Korean barbecues, and it smells. And I always taste my seasonings, and it tastes really freaking good. So I'm excited.
Yeah, the Korean barbecue. If there's one that you want my opinion on, folks, because I just did that leftover pork barbecue fried rice a couple days ago. I mean, it's the Korean barbecue is a game changer. Yeah.
Well,
what was your very first one? Sorry, Johnsy. What was your very first? What was your very first blend?
Oh, you got Damon's again.
Oh no, okay, Damon. What was your question?
No, that was it. Go ahead. We were over there.
Damon wants to know, Pete. What was your first blend?
I don't remember. I might have it written down somewhere, but it was between Pig Dust, Southwest, and my original version of a wing dust. It's not the aviator wing dust that I came up with later, but I had an original version. So it's one of those three. I cannot remember which. If I find an old jar around here, it probably has the date on it or something. It's like about May of 2019 or something like that. It was one of those three. I don't remember exactly which one.
Good question, Damon.
Yeah, good job, bro. Appreciate
you. Yeah. Got anything else? You need a minute.
No, I mean, I got another one.
Yeah, perfect. Let's get him out, Damon, before we steal him.
Yeah. What's the toughest ingredient for you to get your hands on to make your blends?
Ooh, you don't think we've ever asked anybody that? Ding.
Let me think. Sometimes getting hot chili flakes like ghost chilies, or sometimes habaneros, jalapeno flakes. Sometimes that gets a bit tricky. Have to, source all kinds of different places. There's actually
frozen bags of habaneros
right now. Yeah, well, during the summertime we grow some hot peppers here, but they're not for my products. We use them in-house. Yeah. But I specifically buy this stuff online for my products. Sometimes, let me see, for my Aloha blend, I use some crushed bay leaf. Sometimes I'm trying to find that as a pain. So
really,
stuff like, yeah, I mean, you can find it, but not necessarily to my liking. I haven't put out any blends yet, but I will be, and I'm using like Anaheim green chili flakes, and it took me a while to actually source those where they weren't like the whole chili that you have to grind up yourself. And I think I've heard you talk about that, Johnsy, grinding peppers, because I've done that.
Be very careful.
We gassed up the place, and I didn't even grind
you end up wasting yourself, and you think like you go slow, because the very first time I just popped it off while I was doing coffee or something, and could see, I was like, oh boy. So let that settle down, but take off the lid really easy. It doesn't matter. There's this invisible layer you can't see, and by the time you start breathing it, it's too late.
Oh yeah, it's like a pepper spray bomb just went off in your house.
Yeah,
it's awful.
It's wild.
I remember one time, a guy worked at a restaurant. He went through all these precautions of making this like super like scorpion reaper pepper wing sauce, and he went, rubber gloves, wore the mask, like did all the things, and he did it, and then he went back to wash the dish. And he had like scalding hot water and he rinsed it out and it steamed all in his face. And he went through all the measures and he made it to the finish line and he tripped on that damn finish line and he didn't cross it.
That's awesome.
So you actually brought up a question. You said you grow a garden. Can you grow your own ingredients to dehydrate and use your seasoning blend? Is that legally allowed?
I don't. Yeah, I'd have to actually look. I don't have a good answer on that. I'm thinking probably not, because to me, I'm like, the reason you can't do beef jerky, like I told you I started out with, is because the moisture content and mold and stuff like that. And they want to make sure that it's being packaged properly. So, I mean, if you're growing your own, I bet you could grow your own produce and sell it at a farmer's market.
Yeah.
But to actually take it to the next step and grind, dry it and grind it to make sure that it's proper. I'm doing like a, what do you call it? A homestead food operation or a cottage food, kind of operation. Yeah. So I think to go to the next step to dry it and then grind it and then use it, it's probably a no-no. But I'm not sure. But as far as what I'm doing, I wouldn't want to do that, because like growing it to me is a separate process. Harvesting it and drying it and grinding it's a separate process, and then spice blending to me is a separate process as well. I mean, I'd much rather
grow a lot to keep up with all the plants.
Yes, you would. You would indeed. So.
In Ohio, you can under their cottage, but every state's different. As you and I have talked over the years, it's we have discovered that it's definitely different in every state. So I was just curious on that.
It would be nice.
Remember, everybody, we do have a giveaway going for anybody new faces in here. # live free or die.
All one word.
# live free or die.
And it has. Correct me, it has to be in a comment by itself. No other characters or nothing?
That's right.
Okay.
All right. We'll make sure. So I got to stop yawning. That'd be great.
Sorry we're boring you that bad, Tony.
No.
It's a long day.
Wait, want me to tell you the story about where the name came from, Tony?
Yes.
That was John's question.
Yeah.
Stealing Damon's question. Well, I'm a
passage.
I'm like I mentioned before. I'm a musician. I've been playing since, I don't know, I guess I was a teenager or so. Sing and play guitar, little bass, drums, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and my man.
Done some traveling, like to cook. So I mean, that's the you kind of start to see the idea take shape. But I have a list somewhere. I can't find it, but it's around here somewhere. And when I was trying to come up with a name for this company, I just jotted down anything that came to mind, and I wasn't happy with any of them. And it got to the point where it's like, I need to set up a company, so I need a name to do the paperwork. I need to do the design for the logo, the jar labels. Everything hinges upon, the name right there. And so I happen to be just doing what I do, and I'm driving around town, and I'm trying to just think, and I do that a lot. Just hop in the car and go for a drive and turn on some tunes.
I'm a driver too. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm just driving around. I got my Spotify going.
Hell yeah.
And I just remember driving around, and all of a sudden George Strait Troubadour came on the Spotify. I'm like, why didn't I think of that sooner? So, so that's where it came from, and it's just kind of like it fits the world travel, the music.
Young troubadour.
Sing it, Tony. Sing it.
The songs I feel.
Yeah, it sounds just like Tony.
Make a name.
But yeah, that's where the name comes from.
Yeah, that was a fun show. We were just singing. Everybody just randomly belting out. I was a young troubadour.
Yeah, y'all were. I didn't even know the song until that night.
Yeah, Damon's not a big country guy, believe it or not, folks. You might think South Carolina automatically has to like Billy Ray Cyrus, but no.
I thought they did. Yeah.
Look, I'm a huge punk rock indie emo guy like that, Warped Tour kid. But I thought it was pretty standard. If you lived through the 90s, you listen to 90s country.
I thought
Mhm.
90s country was an amazing generation of music.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Brooks
Amen.
and Dunn. I mean, come on.
I guess we grew up in different places, sir. Because I mean,
Brooks and Dunn.
it was all about
You didn't grow up in my America.
Hey, to me, growing up in the 90s was all about like Wu-Tang and stuff like that. So I mean,
Hey, Wu-Tang was sick as F too. Yeah.
Funny. And what's funny is I didn't know Wu-Tang existed. It was not even allowed.
Well, Tony, you do know that Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck with, right?
Yeah, I knew. But I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware. I was still
90s
with them because I didn't know you weren't allowed to fuck with them. You know, that's where I was at. Yeah.
You still not. You still can't.
In the 90s, I was listening to Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam. Yeah,
I was in a big Pearl Jam guy.
Yeah.
They had
Guns N' Roses.
Literally every other grunge band except for Pearl Jam, I was pretty cool with. I don't know what it was.
My mom was an '80s chick, so my first music outside of that I was exposed to outside of the country back on the old dairy farm, it was like Devo Whip It, like that, and like Blondie. I remember like Whip It was like, I was like, man, what a cool song, because it was something that wasn't country.
Those are the guys in the red plastic hats.
Like,
yeah.
and like in our area, there's like one like modern music channel, two maybe rock stations, and then like 10 country stations and 80,000 Christian stations. So yeah, you didn't get, and we didn't listen to anything but the two country.
Oh, my mom's favorite band's Led Zeppelin, so I was raised right.
Yeah, now mom did like some AC/DC, so I did. Yeah. AC/DC was the first like rock band I was exposed to. She had the Back in Black cassette.
Oh,
didn't we all?
Yeah.
I remember the switch from when I went. There was still stuff I couldn't get on CD, and I went down and I bought a tape of Queen's Greatest Hits and a CD of Bad Religion, all ages greatest hits. Oh.
Bad Religion is so badass. Damon, you like Bad Religion?
Nah, who was that?
No, come on, he's messing now. He's messing.
Sing
me a song, I'll know it.
Dude, hey, I saw him for the
American Jesus, 21st Century Digital Boy.
Sure.
Yeah. One of my
favorites.
Hills of
Los Angeles are burning.
I Want to Conquer the World. Oh,
yeah. One of brand new idiots of the brand new religion.
Yeah, I don't know very well.
That dude shreds the guitar in that song the whole time.
Dude, that guy's killer.
I saw him in 2010. That was the last time I saw him, and it was 30 years of rock. They've been punk rock, dude.
Imagine putting Anti-Flag's bassist with that guitarist.
Anti-Flag. I saw them that same year. Anti-Flag's badass, dude.
Anti-Flag's bassist is one of the sickest bassists I've ever seen play. I never got to, of all the things, I never got to watch Anti-Flag play. I've been to Warped Tours, I've been to all these festivals, and Anti-Flag was
all the time.
I know, but I've just never been to one of their shows.
Which is weird because they're from the East Coast.
They're from Pittsburgh. They're from an hour and a half.
Yeah. They were every year they were at San Francisco World Tour.
Literally have friends that were at the house destruction parties. That were physically with the house at the house destruction party.
That's amazing.
And like I never got to, because they were, I knew when they were still like playing at like shows with 50 people, they were, I was listening to them, but never went to watch them. That's
probably
a big
dating myself. I'm probably dating myself, but I actually saw Guns N' Roses and Soundgarden in the same concert.
That would have been a crazy good show.
Worcester Central.
Okay. And that, especially back when Axl could actually sing.
Listen, I think this is a fun one here. We're on the topic of music. We've all been to concerts here. Everybody's biggest or like craziest concert, like holy shit, that actually happened when you left, like concert, like all time greatest concert.
I have so many, but the one that meant the most was when I went and saw Korn and Rob Zombie, because I'd been a Korn fan for since junior high or whenever, and I just never, for whatever reason, I never got out to see him. Never. And it just came, my daughter got tickets for her birthday, and all her friends bailed on her. So she hit me up, was like, "Do you want to go see Corner Rob Zombie?" Like, what?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And it was, dude, I was like, I had chills the whole time listening to them. And they were all back together. So it's all the original members. That was one of the pinnacles right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
What about you?
I got to see Metallica, Danzig, and Suicidal Tendencies all in the same concert.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Metallica fan, but that's a freaking lineup.
Yeah.
The bass player, I think, knocked himself in the head with his bass somehow and ended up having to come off the stage. And then another time, my friend, he was really into metal, and he dragged me to place in New England here. I think it used to be called Great Woods. I think it's now called like the Tweeter Center or something like that.
It's not the one that caught on fire, was it?
Might have been. I don't remember. But that concert, it was Pantera, Biohazard, and Sepultura all in the same concert.
Sepultura!
It just sounded like someone is basically growling into the mic for about 2 hours.
Yeah. There's some metal I really like.
I would say coolest concert that was like, I'll look back and say that was like a really cool one. It's actually a country one. It was Chris Stapleton opening for Hank Jr. And it was sober Hank Jr. that night. So it was good Hank Jr. There's two Hank Jr.'s you can get. One where he shits himself on the stage and doesn't even know where he's at. And then there's like the night I had where he's like actually out there trying to put on a good show. And Chris Stapleton was like sounded just like in person like he did on the radio. So that was really cool. But best performer, and this is a wild one, best show I saw that was just super badass and high energy was Story of the Year. Like dudes were doing like backflip. Like the dude like threw his guitar, jumped up to like the second row of speakers, did a backflip, landed on it, jumped up in the air while the stagehand was throwing the guitar back to him. Midair, like catches it, throws it on. When he lands, the lights went and he like struck it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, holy shit. You know, for like a simple House of Blues Myrtle Beach concert with like 1,000 people, man. No,
I was there.
Dude, I got the drumstick at that. I got the last drumstick because I was front row. I gave him the shocker, the whole trying to be remembered. I thought I was like,
this one right here come from Joey, rest in peace, from Slipknot at the House of Blues.
That's crazy. Yeah, I got a Story of the Year drumstick. It was the last one. The guy walked back and forth and he pointed down to me and he goes, "You definitely earned this fucking drumstick."
Dude, I was at that show.
And physically gave it to me and like left, and I was like sitting there like, oh.
So a show like
Story of the Year, that was a cool one. But yeah, sorry, Jonathan, go ahead.
No, you're good. There's one of the most, I don't want to say like meaningful in that way, but one of the coolest experience I've had at a show was our fair dude gets some bangers during the summer. I don't know how these people are booking these stars for freaking Turlock Fair.
Well, when you pay your 30% sales tax, that's where some of it's going to.
It's like $12. You pay your fair ticket to see him, and that's it. You get to see him.
Yeah.
And I got to see 38 Special, and the coolest thing is I had like just shaven, so I looked like really young. And this was 10 years ago or something like that. And I was standing up like singing every song with them because I have like 3 of their records. I'm a huge vinyl guy, and like a couple times he would just turn and like just sing with me. Like, dude, this young ass kid knows all of our music. Like, how is this? Like, this is a
He's
guy.
like, happiest day of my life. We got another 30 years of one fan. Yeah,
hey, dude. Yeah, dude. So he would just like turn and we'd sing songs together. I was like, dude, this is fucking cool.
Yeah.
That was
Damon,
cool
what about you, man?
Hey, I'm gonna say it's that same show. Slipknot at the House of Blues.
Dude, what a small place to hear all that noise, dude.
Dude, it was. Here was the problem was if your arms ever went down,
that's it.
You never got them back up.
Yep, and if you put them up, they're
up for the rest of the show. And you just hold on because it's gonna be you're gonna sway this way, you're gonna sway this way, you're gonna sway this way. bad ass show. That's the best one. And I've been to a lot. I've been to a
Yeah.
lot.
House
I've
of
been to
Blues was cool because
Ozfest
it
and
was
stuff like
such
that.
an it was an intimate venue because there's and I
Right.
remember because I watched Stain there, and Stained was probably one of the cooler shows I saw there too. Yeah, Myrtle Beach. There was like 2,000 people max, but they were bringing in. It was the biggest venue in Myrtle Beach, and all the bands wanted to come to Myrtle Beach.
Right.
Because it was like a place to want to go to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seen a bunch of
Once I
girls
got
there.
to like organize and book a big music event, and we booked Jason Michael Carroll and Steve Holy, the country guy that's saying, "I got a brand new girlfriend." Like the
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh.
And I remember I was the host, I was the MC. And I get up there and he goes, I'm like, encore! Like, put him on the spot in front of like a couple thousand people. I'm like, encore! And he's looked at me and he goes, man, how do you want me to follow up from that, man? Like, I can't, no. He just looked at me in front of everybody. He's like, no, not encoring. Show's over. So like he just looked at me. He goes, "I'll meet."
Me of another show, dude.
He goes, I'll meet some people for some photos if you want." But yeah, Steve Holy was a turd, man. He just got every time you went to his tour bus, you'd open up and just weed coming out. It didn't like meet. Jason Michael Carroll was out there, met every vendor, took out the festival, like spent time with as many people as possible throughout the whole day. Where Steve Holy just smoked a lot of dope, but I probably would have too if I was in Sherridsville, Ohio.
What about you, Pete?
What's that?
Well, he said his was
we were talking about favorites though.
Oh, favorites.
Favorite shows.
Oh, I didn't know.
I got to see Willie Nelson about 10 years ago. That was pretty
cool.
Oh.
Man, that would have been dope.
Would you
smoke BB King? No. Actually, odd thing about the Willie Nelson concert, like if you ever listen to Willie and you can sing along to all his songs, you're driving around and all that kind of stuff. That's not the way he sings in concert. Nope. Not at all.
No,
you're not singing with Willie. You're not singing along with Willie in concert because he just phrases everything differently, and it just doesn't sound anything like the record. And that's probably because he's been
performing the same song for 80 years. I'd probably change it up too every once in a while.
I got to see the Allman Brothers were pretty cool, and I got to see BB King. That was pretty cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Greg Allman, I still laugh to this day because he was the keyboardist, and
right.
I don't know if he was drinking water, if he's drinking whiskey, but the show starts out with like one of those plastic cups, the solo cups on his keyboard, and by the end of it, there's like 7 or 8 of them, and he's got his cigarette going, and he's playing guitar like this.
Not water, dude. There's no
got one hand going, and he's going like this, and he's switching hands and drinking, and still play like it's just back and forth with smoking and drinking while he's alternating hands, and I'm just like, you got to be kidding me.
Hey, it's got to be hard. It's hard for pianists to be in a rock band because they try so hard to be rock and roll, but you can't be rock.
I don't know if the guy. No, dude. You ever seen Journey live?
No. I'm saying there's very few that can pull it off. There are some that can, but there was a couple bands I saw where the keyboarder was trying to be part of the show, and it's like, stop, dude, please stop.
Something corporate. He is Andrew. He is the show. And he's the singer and plays piano.
Dude, that might be the guy I'm talking shit about, actually.
But no, dude.
Speaking of hands, what about the Def Leppard drummer?
Yeah.
The craziest thing is when you hear the drum rolls in the songs. Because he does it in time with his feet.
Yes.
Pause. You're like,
dude's got skill. I wasn't tripping on him. Dude's got skill, man.
Dude, but do you know that story? They were like peaking as one of the biggest rock bands at the time. He got in a wreck in a vet, and they told him like, "Dude, you're gonna lose your arm." And he's like, "You don't understand, bro. I played drums for one of the biggest rock bands in the world."
Yep.
And they're like, "Your arm's dead."
Yep.
And still went on to kill it.
That's
wild, dude.
Greatness.
Wild.
Drums are like a whole different level of talent, man.
I can tap out a beat and I can do some things, but you're absolutely right, bro. This whole like double bass and these shit they do now on drums.
And then there's some that can even like jam out to double bass, like do their patterns and like belt out like good chorus to like the drummer from Atreyu. Like that
Atreyu sticks out.
Wild, man.
Yeah.
Like
what about Phil Collins, bro?
Yeah.
I can feel it in the air tonight.
Right, Genesis. He played drums all through there. He didn't start playing. I mean, he plays like every instrument, but he didn't start playing guitar till he did like the Tarzan soundtrack that everybody saw. He was always on drums, singing, calling
The
in the air at
NFL,
night.
the NFL's using that now, aren't they?
Are
Probably.
they?
Thought I saw him use it the other day, like in a commercial. But that song, the Phil Collins song, the drums, yeah.
It's a
He's
good
still
one.
getting paid, man. Still getting good for Phil. Good for Phil. Everybody, don't forget we're at the hour mark. We're going to be here in just a couple. Let's just say final call
Hashtag.
final call for entering the hashtag
Live free or die.
Live free or die. I was going to pull up an example here. Sorry, I did.
You got it?
So many cool.
I did until somebody typed something.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep. Live free or die. That's what we're looking for. If you have not entered this hashtag, last call. Enter this hashtag now. Do it now.
For the win.
Get him to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
What?
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a. Yeah, that's probably the most famous line of that movie.
Right.
Shit. What a classic.
It's wild what people will pick up on, and then that's what that whole
Yeah,
thing.
the whole movie. Yeah. The whole movie ain't nothing but a tumor.
Yeah. It was like kindergarten cop
Yeah,
or
he was a
something like that.
kindergarten cop.
Right, yeah.
But he had it. He wasn't. He didn't have no tumor though. He didn't have a tumor.
Did you guys see where on friend of the show Dave Dana on his wedding day, like Arnold like sent him like a voice,
Yeah.
like a video message? Like,
Did they like keep in touch? It's wild.
Yeah.
yeah, like his team be like, "Hey, did Arnold talk to you today? Like, we're just trying to keep track of who." And yeah,
Yeah, he's
hell yeah.
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so many, we've had so many wild, awesome, random interviews, questions.
Right.
Name. We've had some pretty cool name drops. If we had to do a list of top 5 name drops of people who they've talked to on the show, like it would be up there.
That's like the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. I'm dating myself on that one too.
I know the phrase, but I forget how it works.
Oh, they used to do it on country radio stations all the time. Like someone would name someone, and then in 6 steps they'd trace them back to Kevin Bacon every time. It was insane. Sometimes in like 4.
That's wild.
Like someone in 6 steps. Like it was wild. Not
it's
really
like that phenomena where if you have like 30 people in a room, that 2 of them are going to have the same birthday on average. You guys heard about that?
I never heard that one.
Yeah, it's
No way.
I'm going to hang on. Yeah, they say it's like this weird phenomena. The birthday vortex, is that what they call it?
I never heard of that one. That's wild.
Kind of like the Waffle House indicator. You ever seen that one?
From my birthday.
What's the Waffle House indicator?
I think it's something to do with weather or something like that. I just type it in, Waffle House indicator.
Oh no! I mean, you do stuff like that, man. You get on lists, bro.
I think it has something to do with a storm. Like how many of them are going to close?
Is now predicting our weather. Hey, they probably be more accurate than most.
I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to. They were just talking about this on the radio the other day. Of like having.
That's right. They Bernstein buried you, bud.
Here we go.
Okay, here it is. In a room of just 23 people, there's a 50-50 chance of at least 2 people having the same birthday. In a room of 75, there's a 99.9% chance of at least 2 people matching.
No way.
So you got to think. There's 365 days in a year, but if you get in a room with 74 other people, someone will have the same birthday as you, 99.9% of the time. And if there's only 23 people, 50% chance someone in that room is going to have the same birthday with you.
I just checked out Waffle House indicator, and it comes up on AccuWeather.com, and it has something to do with the severity of a storm.
What? What? Waffle House? Wow.
Well, there's a special lady waiting on you at the Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Hey, the Waffle House in town is now a weed shop, so go figure.
What is the Waffle House index?
It's like how many of them are going to shut down in before a storm hits or something?
No.
It comes from Waffle House's reputation for
Always being open.
being well prepared for disasters and either remaining open during disastrous weather or reopening shortly afterward.
Wow.
So basically, they don't ever close. Like during a hurricane, you still got Aunt Dorothy over there serving flapjacks. Yeah, so
Right.
like man, even the Waffle House is shut down for this one. Like, oh shit,
Hey,
that and the hatches.
They must pay really well if they're staying open
Hey,
through storms.
I got one a mile away from the house, and it's the same way as always.
During
Hurricane,
the
tropical storm, you can go there.
during the during the Gulf War, they came up with the Domino's pizza indicator too. I think because in DC, I used to have to teach that, but in DC, like right around the Gulf War, the local pizza places noticed that if something was happening in DC, they would be ordering a lot of pizzas. It's being sent to the government. And so they started figuring out that if a lot of pizzas were being ordered in DC, something was probably going to happen, like the Gulf War.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Wow.
I think it's called the Domino's Pizza Indicator, or the Domino's Pizza Index.
That's wild. That's wild.
All right,
right
I think
there.
we're done on the giveaway entries, so let's go ahead.
Yeah,
and,
let's do that. Let's do that for
let's give some
everybody.
shit away, but it's not shit. It's the nectar of the gods in a 4-ounce shaker.
I was gonna say, geez, bro.
The term. Give some shit away.
Yeah, I get where you at. Here we go. Pete, count us down real quick.
Starting from, let's see, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spin that shit.
That's right, spin that shit. I see my name popping up a lot.
Oh,
boom!
Oh, double. Well, lucky for you, Pete. That's going to be only one shipping. Then one. Michael, let us know what 10 seasonings you would like to try. Oh man,
that almost sounded rigged.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean,
are we getting hacked?
Public
Hey,
hunting.
Tony, can you save me on shipping?
It's all. Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, whatever you want, I'll send them out.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool, man. There it is. Right there.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mike. Oh, sorry.
Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations, Michael. Seriously.
TroubadourSpiceBlends.com or .co.
Adventures.
Right? Either one.
She big mad.
Yes, both work. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, you're welcome, man. Thanks for paying attention and tell as many friends as you can. You know, like hey, if you want to win stuff and have good chances, come on over to the Dude Network. Which reminder, everybody, give back giveaway is still in full swing. We actually get to add a new prize. We're going to add 2 new prizes. The goal of this is to keep it to a 1 to 8 ish winner to ticket ratio. Unless it gets real out of control. So we're closing in on, I think we're at 25 entries total. We were at 18, then we got 7 more. So we got 25 entries for the give back giveaway. It started out with the coal-fired pizza oven, which I forget the Pizzoli, whatever the brand is on that there. It's about like $100, coal-fired pizza oven. Buy some Meathead charcoal if you're going to put in there. If you're
absolutely
other shameless plug along the way. But we're also going to add the next biggest one is a mini Frigidaire 6-pack personal refrigerator, a desktop refrigerator. Like it's like the old school Frigidaire with it's got the old vibe colors and stuff. So we'll get that there. And then we have this coming in for next month. We'll share with that next month what this is. I love that Rogers. But also we're going to give away the third prize is going to be a 5-pack variety pack of Troubadour Spice Blends as the third one there. So now we have 3 things you can win. So here's how this works. 1 ticket can win one prize. But if you buy multiple tickets, you can win multiple prizes. You are eligible for re-entry as a person, but the ticket is not eligible for re-entry. So if we pull your ticket or if we pull your name, you have 5 entries. You then only have 4 entries. One of them will be gone. We have until the end of the month. So yeah, it's a little mini retro fridge. It's it's pretty cool. It's just something that's pretty badass. It's like $50-$60 in that ballpark there. Something fun. But you're also helping us support our small businesses that we believe in. It's a good way to get you to try some fun new products that you can't go get at the Walmart shelves. And heaven forbid you have something delicious that's small batch in a residential kitchen. So It works 1 entry for every bottle of Troubadour. Someone bought 7 bottles today, 7 entries. If you buy a piece of garage beer merch, 4 entries. 4 entries. And if you buy a bottle of our Zesty Anything Bagel Seasoning, 1 entry as well, which you can get that on even Amazon. So you don't even have to do that. Hey, good evening. Oh, sorry. Good evening.
Daddy?
Good evening. But Pete, it's been an awesome month, man. This is we're figuring out this give back giveaway thing as we go, but thanks for being a part of it, man. And
thank you.
I'm glad that we've getting some seasonings to some other places of the country. Get to know. What I like about your stuff is you can buy just 2 or 3 at a time, and you can literally do that 10 straight months and still not try everything.
Go.
Yeah.
More on the way as well.
Start out small. You don't have to commit to an 8-ounce shaker. You can go with a little 4-ounce, see if you like it. And then, obviously it's a hell of a deal to go up to the 8-ounce shaker. If it's me making a suggestion, go to the 8-ounce because you can get cheaper per ounce significantly.
And there's like a 99.999% chance you're gonna love it. It's just, there's rubs and seasonings all over the place. I'm not speaking bad about anything, but these are a little different, and I like them. You'll really enjoy them, everybody.
And this is a good question, Roger. You must know. Thank you for asking. It's like he knew I was leaving something out. That's why I like Roger. This is why he's the mayor. No stones left unturned. You have to send me a proof of purchase because, believe it or not, Pete does get more entries and more orders than what we get here off the Dude Network. So he's not going to give people's personal information to me because he got an order. So you have to let me know, or Damon or Johnsy, send us a copy of your bill of sale, your receipt, and it'll show down there how many items you bought. And then we will keep. Damon is doing a great job of keeping all this in check. So you send us the entries and your receipt. We convert those into tickets. We confirm it with you. Say, hey, thanks for sending that. You got this. You're in. And then at the end of the month, it's over. And on the next show after the end of the month, we will do our drawings. And we will keep adding more prizes. So we're at 25 now. So we're at 3 prizes. If we get over 30, I'm just going to go ahead and round up and add another prize in there. And I don't know what it's going to be, but we'll figure it out. We figured out the Frigidaire thing like a half hour before the show started. So, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, bean question.
That's what I was going to say. Hey, we can't leave out of here.
Yeah, we also had the old pizza question, the controversial pizza question. Yeah. Pete, we let you off the hook. We are going to put you on the spot and make you pick a 50-50 here where either way you're wrong. So enjoy these questions.
Nice.
Enjoy these questions.
So beans or no beans in chili? That's the question?
Yes. I'm going to guess New Hampshire. There's only one way to answer this, but I think I know the answer.
I know traditionally I know that traditionally no beans go in chili. I know this. However, I do put beans in my chili, but I know a lot of people like to use kidney beans. I don't really like kidney beans, the texture, so I will go with like a black bean or like a red bean for like red beans and rice, that kind of thing. Okay. I don't always do beans, but if I'm going to, that's what I'm going to use. But I know traditionally, like I said, Texas, they're like, no beans. I'm like,
Depends on it's very regional. It's very regional in Texas. Like North Central and Dallas area do not believe in beans and chili, but when you get down around the Gulf side, they put beans and chili.
Yeah, well, I'll do chili and rice. I'll make a pot of chili. I'll make some rice. I'll just combine them together, stir it up. Good to go.
That'd be good. Well, down in Cincinnati, they put chili on spaghetti, but they put cinnamon ash chili on spaghetti. But if you do like regular
What the
chili on spaghetti, it's not terrible.
No.
Yep.
You've never had chili mac?
Chili.
Chili
That's
Mac's delicious.
Chili Mac's different. That's not chili on spaghetti.
Yeah, that's a little
Noodles
different.
and noodle.
No,
different.
absolutely not.
Yeah, I
Sir.
knew that would get a rise,
Oh
Damon. I
my
knew that
gosh,
would.
this
I knew
is
that would get Johnsy fired up. Call all noodles the
fucking
same.
mutiny, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Pineapple on pizza, yeah or nay, Pete?
Yay. Yep.
Well,
But-
everybody that's the show.
But I will add to that though, with sliced jalapenos.
I've heard that a lot from people.
If there's
Roger
one I
said-
had to try, if you put a
or-
gun to my head, said you must eat pineapple on pizza, but like, put some jalapenos.
Yeah,
on
Daddy
there.
Dutch said Italian
can't-
sausage.
I will say he's got 2 meats on there with that pineapple, so that I would try it, Daddy Dutch. I would try it, and that's saying something.
I would eat it, but I would
Do
pick
not
the
hold your
pineapples
breath.
off, and I would be still upset that there was pineapples on it.
He would give me that piece, and I would like look it over, and be like, what corner doesn't have pineapple on it? Like, delicious. like my kid when they try, like I'm like, you must try this chicken. They like take it. That was delicious. Like you didn't even put your damn lips on it. Like,
Oh,
so Pete, anything big for the year coming up, or any big plans? Other than you got some. You dropped a little hint. There might be some lemon pepper of some sort in there. Any other hints that the loyal followers of Dude Network and Another Foodie Show need to get a little sneak peek of?
I'm trying to think, but like I said, I'm going to release the 16-ounce jars at some point. Yeah, I definitely have some new blends to release as well. And actually, I don't know if I mentioned it before. Now that I think about it, when people go to troubadourspiceblends.co or .com, we own both of them now, so you can either one will get you to the site. If you're doing your shopping, you hit the shopping tab. We also do spice bundles, and that's beef, chicken, pork, seafood, that kind of thing. And each bundle is a 5-pack, and it's $2 off as compared to regular prices. If you would purchase the 5 separate ones, it's a $2 discount. And so I think I'm going to add some more of those. And let's see what else. Different sizes, bundles. We still have the $50. If you spend $50 or more.
For anybody in catering, that's a banger of an option. For someone like me, and Damon, I know Damon, you 4-ounce shakers don't do us much good.
Nope.
I go through them pretty quick, but
even the 8-ounce shakers, I can't use. I would love to do a Korean barbecue brisket, man, but man, that 8-ounce shaker would kind of.
Yep. Well,
you know what?
I'll have
If they
to
ever
get the
done an
16.
Asian style brisket, I think people would be mad. I'm doing it.
Do it. Yeah, I can send you the 16 ounces. No big.
Dude,
No. I'm saying I'm gonna do I want to do a brisket flat. I don't need a 16-ounce, but yeah. But I'm thinking a Asian style brisket would
probably be money.
Really good.
Totally. Yeah, so stuff like that.
Wrap it in some soy sauce.
Yeah. I think I'm probably going to be doing some more. What's that?
No, 10 minutes.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think I'll probably be doing some more photos for Instagram, social media, probably doing some more recipes, putting them on the site, that kind of thing. So a whole bunch of stuff going on, but, not one thing in particular that stands out, I guess.
This is a good one. Ketchup on your hot dog. That's a yes for me.
Yeah,
Chicago would hang me by my toenails, though.
Mustard only.
Mustard or barbecue sauce, that's it.
Barbecue sauce, salsa, cheese, bacon, chili, that kind of stuff, but no ketchup.
See, a true hillbilly hot dog up here has ketchup, mustard, onions, chili, and slaw.
Onions?
Yeah, diced up onions. Hell yeah.
No, thank you.
Oh man, the ultimate dog for me is mustard, chili, onions. That's me.
This question's pretty decisive too, or dividing.
I'm glad Lep brought that one up. I think we can add it to the wheel of controversy.
Miracle Whip or mayo?
Gotta be
Neither.
Neither.
Dukes.
I used to be a neither guy too, but now I will not eat Miracle Whip.
Honestly,
No,
I don't really care. I don't care on that question.
Negative. I will not.
Hellman's all the way.
Well,
You got to be
Alyssa
careful.
like that.
Got to be
Alyssa's
careful with Hellman's too. Because John's, you were talking about clean ingredients. I know if you look at the back of Hellman's mayonnaise nowadays, it says made with bioengineered ingredients, which means
Gosh.
GMO. So
I'm fat.
Sorry,
so it's
buddy.
okay. I'm fat. It's okay.
Make your own. It's super easy.
I tell you what, or just find a good aioli provider, and
There
we
you
know
go.
one. Homestyle Foods has like 4
Homestyle
different aiolis for sale. That's really good. Yeah.
Right.
I actually just ordered some Chipotle of his. But
Shoot,
well,
we've
Pete,
run this in a while.
So, Tony?
Go ahead, Tony.
No, I was gonna say, Pete, man, a good time on here tonight for sure, dude. I'm glad we got to get you on here finally. Like I said, when we promoted the show, it's been a way overdue, long time coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We've had a hell of a time pushing Troubadour this month, and people have been very well receptive of it because it's a good product. You know, we everybody, we don't just push things; we do try them. We do.
Please understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, we John Z and I have tried them. You know, years be fast. Damon is new to the game, but no, seriously, the Troubadour has been really good blends. Really enjoyed working with, and great for around the kitchen as well as on the pit smoker. So if you're just a regular cook and you don't got the fancy smokers, this is a really good one. It's really good for side dishes too. So yeah.
Absolutely. Small cooks, foodies, backyard barbecuers, you name it. So we got something for you.
Sure.
30.
Sure.
He's got more than one for you.
Yeah.
So get out there and get it. Hey, before we head out of here, though, let's roll out the red carpet. Tell everybody where they can find you. Kind of promote yourself quick again.
Yeah, it's the website's troubadourspiceblends.co, or you can also type troubadourspiceblends.com. We now own both of those domains, so either one will get you there. You can check us out on Instagram, which is, I think it's at troubadour.spice.blends, and then we're also on Twitter. I can't remember the handle on that one. And then I believe Tony's been putting some videos and stuff, and you as well, Brandon, on like Twitter and YouTube and places like that. So if you just type
your username is Troubadour SPBL for anybody.
Okay, yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, kind of new to Twitter or X. And then and I'm also on, what do they call it, Threads, the Instagram version of X. I'm also on that, so you can find me various different places.
That's one I have not got into.
Yeah, so surf around. The website is out there. The web address troubadourspiceblends.co or .com, and then check us out on social media. And also, I forgot to mention, but if you go over to the site publicsquare.com and you sign into there and you check out Troubadour Spice Blends, you'll find a discount code for 10% off your purchase at checkout. So check that out.
And guess what? If you send us your Public Square receipt, you still get entries.
Right.
Yeah.
That's two things right there, folks.
And free shipping on 50 over at Troubadour too. That should be mentioned because it does not take a lot of, for as much as shipping cost. Stick it to the man over here. I'll tell you, stick it to Pete up here. Take advantage of that free shipping.
The free shipping. Don't forget, if you forget the code, it's actually listed on the main page of the website. It's all capital letters, free ship over 50, but it's listed on the website. If you just go to their main page, it tells you the code. Don't forget to claim it. It's you have to type it in at checkout to get it, but you can get it as long as you type it in, and you qualify, obviously.
There you go.
Thank you, Pete. Good show.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, great show, Pete. Great show, dudes. Thank you, Eduardo.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. So don't remember, continue
Tony
to support
my choices. Okay.
Beautiful. Don't forget about the giveaway, the month giveaway with bottles of Troubadour, merch from Garage Beer, or the Zab. Is this anything bagel? That will, and something we didn't talk about, those winners will be announced on the Friday show. So make sure you turn in on the last Friday show. We'll do the drawings on the first Friday show of February. There it is. Sorry. And who do we got this Friday, Tony?
We have Randy Valero. Funny dude.
Yeah, another funny man.
like monster in the New
Funny,
York comic
right.
scene. Very successful podcast. He's the headliner for Ralph Anthony, like when they perform together. And Ralph's got a freaking special, and Randy is, the main draw in when they were together. Not taking anything away from Ralph, but we're just trying to emphasize how awesome this opportunity is going to be for us to, get a really fun comic involved and just to tap into a different market. We love these New Yorkers, man. They're very brash.
yeah.
They're very funny.
Right.
They're very honest. But yeah, they're, overall for that one's for Friday. And then we have don't forget, we've been doing some NFL playoff prediction shows
Yes.
with
Thank you,
reflog
Tony.
every Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern time, just in time for the playoffs start. Have really enjoyed that, as well as we are growing as well. Troubadour is not the only spice company that's growing, or company, a small business that's growing. We are going to be adding a third show soon, and hopefully in a year we get that up to 4. But all things come to those that wait and are patient in developing it. We're excited to have all of you along for this great ride. It's been a fun one. But yeah, we're back on top of the throne as the princes of the pours over here on the Dude Network, and we're happy to have each and every one of you. And I was so jacked I filmed another shopping video today because I'm like, we're just going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep it rolling.
Nice.
Breakfast Sammy's.
Damon, what do we got next week?
Got Bentley Barbecue.
Hey, Bentley, let's go.
On the show. So
Mr. Viral himself.
So lots of good stuff coming on the Dude Network. Don't forget to go show your support and get it into us for your monthly giveaway. Don't forget to check out Troubadour Spice Blends. You will not be disappointed. Pete, thank you again, sir, very, very much for everything and being here tonight. Damon, good to see you. Tony, good to see you. And everybody else in the chat, we're so happy you're here with us every week. We love all you guys. Everybody do something nice this week for someone else. Everybody love everybody, and we will see you next time.